Kiki, what are you doing? You want to be on YouTube? You ready for lunch? That's what I thought. All right, guys, so today is January 27th, 2021. This is Wednesday. Today marks 92 days I have left to get my 55 two-door hardtop ready for Daryl Starbirds car show in Tulsa, which is actually April 30th through May 2nd. Gotta say, since it got canceled and rescheduled, because I just found that out like a week ago, I think. Since it got canceled and rescheduled, I've kind of slowed down a little bit. Still working on it. But I'm not putting in them 10, 12, 14-hour days like I was before. Probably should be, but man, I gotta tell you, it's hard on my body. But anyway, so I'll run you through what I've got going on. I've got a couple different projects going on at once, kinda. But I'll get you up to speed here. So here's the car now, which doesn't look any different. But if you remember the last video, you'll probably notice right away it's got a back glass in it. So there's the first piece of glass that's been in the car since what I believe was probably in the 80s. Don't know for sure though. But anyway, I did have a guy ask me what the car looked like when I drug it in. Let's see if I can get... That is the day it was rolled off the trailer. That is a 56 Chevy pickup straight axle ratchet strapped to the chassis to make it roll because it didn't have any front suspension. The A-arms and spindles and all that stuff was there. It was just in the trunk. That's the side view of it. The deck lid just had a couple of bolts in it. It wasn't aligned or anything. It was just put on for the trip. Same way with the doors. And the inside of the car was full of parts. The guy's truck was full of parts. Had two body mounts in the front, two body mounts in the back, and that was it. That was just for basically just transportation. Anyway, so, you know, the car's come quite a ways since then. I wish it was further along, but it will be eventually. But it's kind of neat to see the, you know, the body shell on the frame in that picture and then see the body shell on the frame here in person. So I guess that is a pretty big difference there. But so I thought I'd run you through what I got going on and a couple of things that got done on the car, which is not a lot, but you know, I have my carpet laid out here, trying to get my heater to warm it up, soften it up a little bit, which has proven to be not very good, actually. It is, I don't know if it's snowing right now, but it has been snowing here, and it's real cloudy outside. So laying this outside in the sun today is not going to happen. And I want to put the carpet in today, so I'm going to end up probably with a heat gun on the bottom of it on low and just warm it up and try to get it in the best I can. This is a pre-molded one-piece cut pile carpet set, and I do have the matching floor mats that does have the embroidered crest in it. I shaved the trunk crest and hood crest off the car, welded the holes up, and smoothed it on the hood and the trunk, so in a way I kind of got my crests back. I always liked embroidered floor mats. It kind of just brings a little detail into the interior. And I only got the fronts. I didn't do the rears. To me, it's just too much. I like just the front. It's just kind of just enough. Just my opinion. But anyway, I got the back glass in the car. I did it all by myself. And it wasn't too bad, really. Now, this isn't a used original back glass. I do not know if it came with this car. I just don't remember. I think when I got the car, I did get the back glass with it, but I just don't remember. I did have one of these spare in my shed, I thought, but I didn't find it. I cleaned my shed out yesterday, digging through and looking for parts. And this is the only hardtop back glass. This is the only back glass I had in there, so this has got to be the one that came with it, maybe. But this is an original Easy Eye. Now, I don't know if this car came with Easy Eye glass or not. I don't know. For my subscribers that don't know what Easy Eye is, that was what the factory called it on these cars, and it's actually etched in the glass. It says Easy Eye, E-Z-E-Y-E, and it's actually green tint. It's tinted green, and not all of them had it, so it was an option. And this is a pretty good example of the difference right there on that bubble wrap. So this is a brand new side glass set that I bought probably back in 2014. This set is very expensive. I had to sell a car to be able to buy this. I bought a bunch of stuff, but I bought a lot of the big money items back then. They've just been in boxes in my spare bedroom ever since. But I did get the green shaded glass to match the back glass. So it's another one of those optional equipment things that I'm putting on the car. So I'll have several option equipment things on the car, which I think is really neat. But that back glass is the only original piece of glass in the car. All the rest of it's brand new. Like there's a brand new windshield right here. I did want to buy a new back glass. I just never got around to it. And of course now there's no way I can buy one. And now that one's in there. It ain't coming back out unless the trim, you know, doesn't want to go on and I have to mess with them trim clips. But anyway, it is in and done. Let's see what else. I think I have just wore her out. I wore her out. Let's see, headliner's done. It is completely done, other than putting the trim on in here. You know, there's trim that goes pretty much all the way around this thing. Of course, I got to sand and polish all of it. Now what you're seeing hanging down over there is a blanket that's on the roof. It's a moving blanket. But the rest of it is all trimmed away, and it is done, and there is 0 wrinkles in this thing. Absolutely 0 wrinkles. It turned out awesome. I am absolutely in love with it. I've got it wiped one direction with a rag, so it really looks clean, man. I really love it. I got my dome light lenses and my dome lights to finish it off. Now, if I remember right, I think the chrome bows and the corner dome lights was 55 two-door Sport Coupe only. I think 56 and 7 hardtops just had a big round dome light in the center. They did away with the bows and everything. I think. I'm not 100%. I could kind of get why. I think the big center dome light probably puts off a lot more light than what these two little opera lights would do. But anyway, that's one thing I loved about when I was a kid, laying out in the back seat of my mom and dad's car, and we'd go to, drive to Grandma's house down at the lake. I would lay down flat in the back seat because I was only 5 years old, and I remember just staring up there at them bows and imagining driving my Hot Wheels down them, which if I would have done that back then, like really done it, my dad would have probably kicked my butt. But anyway, them chrome bows is just kind of something I remember from my childhood, which is kind of cool. I am kind of stuck on something here, and I've got to get this figured out because I've got to put some etching primer in here. This is the side trim, long quarter molding right here that goes on right down the side of the car right here. And it has this, what I call a cove in it. It's like an inlay. Originally, these were painted white. And I had thought that I would use pearl orange in there. The same paint that I have on the engine, because I got some left of it. And I thought I'd put that in there. And it would really pop off of that black and that chrome. And when I told my wife that, she said it looked like a Halloween car because of the black and orange. So that really killed it for me. I don't want her to refer to the car as a Halloween car, so I guess I won't be doing orange, but I don't want to do white either. And putting black in there, I think I'm actually going to do black in the upper paint dividers and the lowers back there, but this I kind of wanted a different color, so I think I'm just going to do the Galaxy Gray, which is what I put on my pedals here. Which you can't see, it's too dark in here. It's just like a gray, like a dark grayish green color pearl. So I may put that in there. I hope I have enough of it. I don't know if I do or not, but anyway, it's just something that's just bugging the crap out of me. So comment below what you think I should do. I really think the orange would have looked awesome on there, but I don't want it to be called a Halloween car. And I didn't think, with that little strip in the center and the little piece that goes on the door, that was all I was going to do of it, but it just kind of sucks. But anyway, I started the dynamite process this morning on the floors. This is the project for today. I'm going to finish dynamiting the floors. I'm going to get my cover plates bolted on, which are right here on the floor, stacked on top of each other. They are finished and done. And at that point, I'm going to put the carpet in the car. I don't think I'll bolt or screw on the sill plates. The I've got a brand new set. I don't think I'm going to put them on yet because I got to do some touch-up sanding and buffing on the jambs themselves. And I'm going to do those by hand. I'm not using a machine because I don't want to sling any of the white crap everywhere. But, I got some trash in the paint. There's some scratches. I got a little bit of overspray down here. So, you know, it just needs a little touch up here and there. I'm not going to do the entire thing. I'm just not going to do it. I'm just doing the bad stuff and calling it good. I've come to the realization on this, the Fine 9 category at Starbirds, I really don't think the car is that quality. You know, I don't have the money to compete with some of them guys, but, well, most of them guys, but I do think the car's nice. But I don't think it's Fine 9 nice. And I'm almost kind of relieved of it because I do want to drive this car. And I am going to drive this car. I'm going to drive this car way more than I'll drive my pickup daily. I don't ever build my cars just to sit in the garage. I always drive them. Because to me, you can always touch up things. You can always repair things. And, you know, they were built to drive. If you haven't caught it, I know some of my subscribers are not members at try5.com. Which I've been a member there since 2006. I'm kind of leaning toward not going to the Bowling Green Tri-5 Nationals just because it's all the way at Bowling Green and it's a long trip, and I've been there once, but it's by the time I pay for the hotels and all the meals and all that, and it's going to be a pretty big expense. So I kind of thought I would do a Route 66 cruise and maybe just go to New Mexico and then turn around and come back. From Oklahoma to New Mexico. I don't think it would take that long to do, and I kind of want to hit some just mom and pop style diners and eateries and stuff, see some of the stuff on the side of the road, some of the old relics, and maybe a few antique shops and stuff like that. I just thought it'd be fun. I don't really want to put a set schedule on everything and try to rush, you know. I kind of just want to take my time, and if I see something, because I haven't been in New Mexico before, and I thought if I seen something, hey, that looks cool, well, I'll just pull in there. This is not going to be a big sanctioned event by any means. It's just a couple of guys getting together and going on a drive in our Tri-5 Chevys. But we're going to have some fun with it. And I'm kind of leaning toward September sometime because I don't have air conditioning. I'm in a solid black car, so I'll be cooking. But anyway, September is usually a little bit cooler. Not as hot as August is. But anyway, guys, that is pretty much the update on the 55 and what's going on with it. Probably going to install the windshield tomorrow. I do have to sand and polish the windshield trim. I've got one that's kind of close. The other, I still need to finish it out, and then the other one needs everything done to it. But, you know, in case you don't know, when you put a windshield in a 55, 6, or 7, these upper trim moldings, stainless trim that goes up on the roof here, these have to be in the rubber before you put the windshield in the car. You cannot put those on later. So I have to do the work on those and get those ready to where I can put them in there to get it in there. I want to put the windshield in the car before I put the rear view mirror in it and the sun visors, which I am dying. I got to tell you, I'm dying to put the sun visors in this car because they match the headliner and they look so awesome. But anyway, that's what's going on. And I'm kind of been checking the weather, trying to find me a nice warm day because I got some painting to do. I still got to paint my steering column. That way I can get it put in. There's lots of other little pieces I got to paint. I need to do these coves on these trim, and you know I need to figure out that color and everything. But anyway, guys, that is an update on the 55, and probably going to have to take Kiki out to use the bathroom. And you better not be doing your 15-minute pacing for your number 2, but I know you will. I still love you.